All right, so I was scrolling on YouTube and I saw a video I think I would be interested in watching. You know, gotta find some type of content. You know, doesn't matter who it's from. You know, at this point, you know, who's gotta record. Look, if y'all on the YouTube grind, y'all know how it is. And this video's gonna talk about how it is. So let's get into it. Let me put my shit down, cause you know y'all don't want to see my black ass, but
Show of hands, who remembers this girl?
Hello, I'm Janelle and I live in a van with my pet snake, Alfredo.
Janelle Eliana.
I don't even know her for real.
Does the name sound familiar?
It doesn't,
July 4th,
but
2019, she posted
like
her first video about her kooky and quirky life in said van. Oh my gosh, it's
God.
so fun.
So
Makes me
fun.
sick. Around this time, humble but impressive beginnings, about 20,000 subscribers. She posted another video. By July 19th, I gotta remove the stupid thing. She had 1 million.
Bro,
I gotta
what?
move the camera. Hold on.
How's it from 2K to 1 million?
Just the angle. Hold on. She had 1 million. I'm not jealous of her. Why would you say that? Shut up. I was 15 when this happened. And I remember watching her and her story and watching it all unfold and thinking to myself, wow, if it can happen to her, it can happen to
me.
anyone. One video is all it takes for my biggest dreams to come true.
Yep. Yep. Hit the freezer left. Yep. Look, it's happened to me too, man. That's why I'm still here, man. I thought the same shit. You know, you see all these niggas nowadays like Kai and Speed, you know, they literally just sit there on stream, just talk. Millions of niggas watching them talk. I'm like, bro, like, I could do that too, you know. I can whip out my camera and, you know, do all that shit too, you know. But you see, we're not at the same level. That's the thing. So, yeah, it's not easy.
That did not happen.
Yep, it sure as hell did not happen.
Have you, dear viewer, had such aspirations? Quit your 9 to 5.
Yep. Imagine quitting your 9 to 5. Just don't get one.
Be your own boss. Live the glorious lifestyle of the rich and famous just because most people generally agree that your videos give off good vibes. Then, as the foremost leading expert on this subject, don't Google that, also don't ask anybody, also don't look down just a little bit and see how low my sub count is. You can just trust me. Then allow me to shed some light on my industry.
40K.
For those of you who don't know, we just hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Oh, please keep going. Yes, clapping is the proper response.
I'll be real with you. Even when I do get to 1,000, I still feel like I'm not gonna be shit, bro. That's some real shit. Why is it like his house just got hit with a fucking tornado though?
To that announcement. Also, may I add, it was with our 100th upload. Oh my goodness. Yes, clap louder. This is exactly.
I'm like at like 300 uploads, but you know, it's whatever.
But let me be the first to say, amidst your roaring clapping, please don't stop, that all the work we put in to get to this very moment, none of it was worth it. Not at all, not even a little bit.
No.
Am I lying? About 60%, but I'm still mad. I've been making videos on the internet for 2 years, and I've changed a lot. The type of videos, my style of making videos, my process, I've grown as a creative, and I've done so much in that time. I'd like to thank the Academy, blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. But for being very honest, if I knew it was going to take me 2 years to get here, I probably would have never started. And to be very honest with you, I thought I would have reached this point a lot quicker than I did. I want to see if I can hit 1,000 by the end of the year. I just want to give this a try,
TikTok,
see where I end up. Aw,
Yeah,
look at me.
he was so cute back
So
then.
young and stupid. I had big dreams, you see? Everybody was going to see my unadulterated, pure, raw talent. I was gonna make videos for a living. I would be able to drop out of college. I'd be able to buy my parents a house. I'd show everybody that I grew up with and went to middle school with who didn't want to play with me on the monkey bars or didn't want to sit next to me at lunch because I wasn't one of the cool kids. They would see me online and I'd say, ha! I am one of the cool kids. Commentary YouTubers were gonna make video essays about me. I was inevitably gonna say something offensive on Twitter. I'd get canceled, and I'd live the rest of my days knowing that I peaked at 19.
Yep. Well, I wouldn't peak at
Gonna be
19 though.
Yeah, but that didn't happen. I didn't even get close, and to be honest, this is a failure. I'm aware of what I am. It was supposed to be a ticket to the easy life, but now that I've been doing this for a while, I've gotta say, this is a lot more work than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I know we joke around a lot, but it feels like the only real way to get up there quick like that is you just gotta bounce some butt. And if you're not willing to bounce butt, you're not getting up there, bro. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Any girl nowadays with a fatty could hop on OnlyFans, you know, bounce some butt around, and
We're calling on all late night coders.
It's just the truth, bro. You can't even look at me like I'm not saying it's right. It's not right, but it's true. Look at the Bop House. Or just say some
There's this really common
shit.
assumption that this is easy. Now, is that true?
Look at the dumbass niggas like Jack Doherty out there, bro. Like everything he does is stupid, and people still watch him and love him. Why? Why? Are y'all dumb?
Kinda. Look, I don't want to say it's like rocket science or brain surgery or whatever,
feels
but
like
like
it.
it's hard work a little bit, kind of maybe.
It is hard work. It
Because to
really
the
is.
average viewer on YouTube,
Yep.
all the work they have to do is essentially deciding which video they're going to watch while they eat lunch. They
Yep.
do it for 10 minutes and then they leave a like. But to the
Yeah.
person making the video,
Yeah,
they
no,
have
no,
to
no, no.
brainstorm the idea,
Brainstorm,
research the topic, write the script,
write
rewrite the script, rewrite the script. Wonder
rewrite the
if they're
script,
any
rewrite
good
the
at
script.
script writing.
Yep.
Then rewrite the script. They
Yep,
have to
rewrite it
record the
again.
video, re-record
Record
bits
it,
that they didn't like.
re-record
If
it.
you'll excuse me, I'll just
Edit
get the
it,
rest
put-
of my
yep,
list
put
here.
the
We
page
have
over here.
edit the recording,
Edit it.
sound design,
Sound
make the
it.
title, make the thumbnail, and then
thumbnail.
do this whole process
again.
over again.
Yep.
Forever.
Mhm.
And this whole thing gets you maybe 7 views at first. It's
Yeah.
not very fun if I'm
No,
being
no,
honest.
no.
Because
Not even 7, like 2 or 3, if that on a good day. You know, I get like 0 sometimes.
you have to get good at selling yourself.
Yeah.
For example, if you're a middle-aged woman and you
I'm
want
not
to
a
make
middle-aged
videos
woman,
about
though.
Club Penguin, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
But
But you can do that and also show
you
your
have to
breasts.
understand, your goal is not to make videos about Club Penguin. It's to make me, a
Yeah.
random
Yep.
stranger, care about videos about Club Penguin.
Yep.
These sound like very similar goals, but they are two completely different things. Because you don't realize how much of making videos is really not about making videos. It's
really
about
not.
making videos seem interesting.
Yep.
You have to learn how to get good at marketing. How am I going to convince random strangers on the internet to give up their precious time to watch
They're
my
not. They
random
don't
crap?
give a
And this isn't something that we typically have to think about doing in our day-to-day life unless we work in like sales or something. If we're talking about our interests, we don't have to worry about making people care about it, because your husband or your best friend can pretend to care about your interest all they want, but I'm a stranger. I don't have to
I don't
do
give a
anything for
fuck.
you. I owe you nothing.
Nothing.
Another thing
I
is
won't
the
even hit one
constant
button on the
output.
screen
Because
for
it's
you.
true. Some days you wake up with the perfect idea,
Yep.
and then you get
Yep.
immediately
You
into
get into
writing
it,
and recording
and then
and
you
editing,
record it,
and everything
put it
runs
up,
smoothly. You finish
nothing.
the video,
You get
love it,
nothing.
you're laughing, you're crying.
You get
It's
nothing.
Oscar worthy. You put it
Yep.
out and you feel great. That's
And you get
fantastic.
0 views.
Now do it again. Immediately.
Yep.
Forever. But the
Yep.
thing is, ideas don't come to you just whenever you want, but whether they do or don't, you
Yep.
need them consistently. You gotta make something. You can't bank on one good idea. You need
Yep.
them
You stop uploading for a week, you're cooked. You
over
gotta
and
start all
over, week
again.
after
You're cooked.
week, because not all of them are going to hit, and you need as many attempts as you can build up.
Yep.
And that task sounds really easy in theory, but in practice, it is annoying,
It's
stressful,
annoying, it's-
and overall
bro, it really
upsetting. But
is.
let's say you do all of that. You do all the work, you learn to sell yourself, and you're consistent with it. That is fantastic, but here's the thing. Nobody is going to care for a very long time.
Yep.
Now, I hear you asking, dear viewer, why is that? Well, let me tell you, the answer it's quite simple, really.
People don't care. Yeah, people suck, bro.
Do you remember when YouTube looked like this?
Bro, oh my god.
Yeah, me neither.
I
I'm
feel
20, not 100. If you feel old right now, that
Yes.
feeling is correct, because you are. But from
Hey,
what I've been
hey.
told, when YouTube looked like this, there was only like a handful of creators for a specific genre of things. Like
Nowadays,
gaming
there's
or sketch
infinite
comedy
creators,
or whatever
dog.
Vsauce is. But now there's literally thousands of YouTubers for each genre, and there are new genres being made all the time. And the fact that there is an entire genre based on copying one person is enough proof that this market is saturated. Wouldn't you agree? There's too many options. To illustrate, think of your favorite Chinese takeout place.
Okay.
They have no less than 5,000 items on the menu, yet you order the same 3 every time.
Yep.
There are just too many options, so you stick with what you know you will like and you never change it ever. But what are the chances you're gonna try the 5,001st thing they put on the menu? The new version of sugary fried chicken bites with rice. Never. You're not
Hey, I
gonna
might
do
try that.
it.
That sounds
Put the
good.
sweet and sour in the bag and leave me alone. That was a really incoherent way of saying people don't like to try new things, especially when there are too many options. Also, people are shallow. We say we want to be different, but really, we are liars because 90% of the time, we would just like to conform to what everybody else does in peace. Don't believe me? You ever notice how in any video, somebody says hot take or unpopular opinion, it's followed by just a really boring fact of life, and then everyone in the comments agrees? If thousands of people are agreeing to something, then was it really that unpopular of an idea? Clearly not, because people like what is popular and what has already been agreed to be good. And to see that a view count is high is a subconscious way of knowing that other people have seen this and liked this. It would have never gotten this popular if other people didn't like it, so surely I'll probably like it as well. It's your way of determining quality and to see if it's worth your time. But to see a video with fairly few views comes across as low budget and frankly very user-like. Because you don't want to be the first one to watch it. It probably sucks. That's not worth your time. You're important and your lunch is getting cold. Are you really gonna risk it on a video that you might not like?
Yeah. Are you?
No.
You're not.
Are you stupid? So you put these two ideas together and it makes the workload for a smaller creator a lot harder than they probably realized it would be. Because at the end of the day, people are vain and you have to put almost more work into making the video look like it'll be interesting than actually making the video interesting. Why did you click on this video?
I clicked on it because this fits me to a T. It's literally me every day. I upload a video. Look, I uploaded a video today. Let's see how much it got. Alright, so I uploaded a video today, and yeah, I'll count the one from yesterday too. So today I got 8 views, and yesterday I got 5. So a total of 13 views in 2 days. That's not cutting it in today's YouTube world, buddy.
Did you like the thumbnail? Did the title interest you? If it did, great. I did my job, and that's a compliment. Thank you. But okay, let me ask you something else. Did you notice how low the view count was? Again, if you did and you clicked on it anyway, hats off to you, sir. We appreciate your services here at David Achu Productions. But if you didn't, be honest, if you had noticed it, would you have clicked on this? I'm not mad or anything. I'm just asking this so you can question yourself, so you can feel bad, and I can feel better about myself.
Part 4.
To me, it's what I imagine starting a small business is like. You're putting a lot of time and effort into a new venture that you're hoping will make some sort of money. And let's be honest, I don't care what anybody says. You're in this for the money. You're not better than me. We all want money. Shut up. We all want money. I don't care if you're like, oh no, I'm only in it for the love of the game. I'm an artist. Yeah, you're an artist who wants money. So you open up shop and literally any sort of attention is a win. And sure, it's exhilarating at first, but you start to realize quickly that the amount of work you put in is not being proportionally rewarded. But you figure, hey, if I just work for X amount of time, I'm sure it'll all be worth it in the end. And then 10X amount of time passes and it still hasn't done that yet. And it's at this point that you start to wonder if it'll ever get off the ground or if any of your dreams will be realized. And the interesting thing about it is that, well, I assume similar to a small business or an artist, you're not fully respected by other people until it's successful. It's not something that you can really brag about or frankly talk about openly because you think people might judge you because you're not making money yet. Am I in frame? Nope. Yeah, I am. There we go. Oh, my bad. I mean, no. So you're working, grinding, hustling, trying to get the kinks out and trying to get better and better with time, but it's just not working. And as crushing as this is for you, nobody's gonna care because it's not that big a deal to them. Aw, your little video didn't get as many views as you want. Aw.
Most of the time, this is legit the shit I get. Legit. That's the shit I used to get when I was still in school, bro. I would literally get that from the teachers, bro. They do not care, bro. They don't care.
The hustle will not be respected until the results meet the expectations of other people.
Nobody cares for the hustle until you start making it, and then they all.
Which sucks because a lot of the time, results almost never do that in the beginning. Last week, I uploaded what was my most successful video in almost 2 years. Now I know it doesn't have a lot of views, but shut up. Let me have this. And for the past week, I have obsessively watched its view count slowly trickle up. I've read every comment, I've looked at every analytic, I've observed it and watched it from the corners and shadows of YouTube Studio like a creep. It's been a truly fun time for me. With that being said, I'm about to say something a little bit vulnerable, but I feel like I've created a safe space here for all of us. You ready? If this video does not do greater or equal numbers, I will set something on fire. A match, that is. The thing that's meant to catch on fire, silly. Of course I wasn't talking about a building.
Yeah,
or like
what?
a plot of land. I would love
would do
to
that?
believe this how this works. You get better and better, and with time your views and attention goes up and up, but it's not. It's never linear. It's just weird.
all over the place,
Sometimes it just fails. And you can try adjusting thumbnails and titles and tags. And yeah, I'm sure that'll do something sometimes for some people, but most of the time, you just have to do it again and hope. Which is such an interesting mental thing, because it's been said that the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over and expect a different result. But that's exactly what you're doing. I mean, you're getting a little bit better every now and then, but you're essentially making the same thing over and over and over, and you keep hoping that it'll be different, and then it's probably not going to be. You do start to feel a little crazy. At the end of the day, it's just deeply demoralizing to put so much effort into something you know you're good at, or at least you think you are, and you think you're getting better, and you're improving day by day, and yet it's never getting a chance to be seen. It only makes you question, am I good at this?
You're not.
Am I talented?
Nope.
Am I funny?
Nope. You're a waste
Is this
of
worth
space. It's not worth it at all.
I'd do
not worth it.
anything for over 30
It feels that way, but watch when I make it. It's gonna be like, I don't know. Part 5.
That was a lot of self-pity, wasn't it? My bad. Yes, it is easy to think like that, but I'm gonna need you to lock in, all right? This is the happy part of the video. You ready? Put the numbers aside. You ever make something that genuinely made you happy? Like, it's funny, or it's really well edited, or it's just overall, it makes you feel creative. You ever get those feelings? I really hope that feeling never goes away, because it is genuinely fun and enjoyable. So in that way, you always know there's some sort of sentimental or emotional benefit that you get out of this, some sort of reward that you feel an inner pride. You'll always have that, no matter what. Well, you'll always have it as long as you're trying, that is. Okay, back to the numbers for a second. It is so easy to blame everything on the all-knowing and all-powerful algorithm. But riddle me this, Sherlock. Is it possible that maybe, just maybe, your videos suck? Don't get me wrong, I've been there. Every bad title, every boring thumbnail, every stupid idea, every 2-month hiatus followed by feeling bad for yourself, then announcing that you were gonna get back into it, making 2 videos, they both flop, and then going on an even longer 2-month hiatus. How can it be even longer? They're both 2 months. I don't know. I was there through all of this, all right? We are in this together, but it gets better. Because you just have to accept that, yeah, I might suck at this. Most people do. But you get over it. You get better. And then eventually, you suck less. The question is for you, is it worth the effort to get from here, where you suck and you're bad at this, to get over here, where you're slightly less worse at this? Because it's a long journey. And for some people, the answer is no. And that's fine. Yeah. It's good to get that out of the way now so that you can spend your time doing something that you would enjoy and that you would get better at. But if the answer is yes, we've got work to do. It's very important that as much as possible, you remove your emotions from this process, or at the very least, do not let them dictate your actions. As we discussed in the previous video, failure does not make you a failure. Just because you couldn't do fractions as an 8-year-old does not mean you do not deserve love.
You can't do fractions as an 8-year-old.
You have to view failures as a learning experience. This flopped. Okay, why? What do I need to cut? What do I need to add? Post, get feedback, adapt, try again. Despite the numbers or anything else, I can always take pride in that over these 2 years, I have grown as a speaker, as a script writer, as an editor, and as a fourth thing. It has also recently changed my mindset towards work, and patience, and believing in myself. Not too much, but also not too little. You gotta find the balance, but I'm learning, I'm doing it, and now, even if this were the last piece of media I ever made, at least I now have an entire library of dumb ideas that became reality. And no one can take that from me. Well, unless YouTube deleted my channel, but that would be rather rude of them. I'm kind of hoping they don't do that.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, great video by David. Go hit him up. I'm sure he makes good content. You know, I just saw that video. I was like, bro, why do I relate to this so bad? You know, so much. You know, it sucks, but you know, whatever. Yeah, pretty solid video. It actually like makes me feel less bad about myself because I feel like you always feel like it's just me, but it's not. It's everyone who goes through that. Like you guys that don't do YouTube or anything like that, it sucks to spend so much time making a video and then it gets 2 views, 5 views, 0 views, and it's just like, dog, what was even the point? You know? And then when you do get a video that's like 100, you're like, damn, that was good. Or 300, like, shit, I'm like that. And then you realize it's only 300 and niggas normally get like 300 million. So, yeah, it sucks. But that's part of the grind, I guess, you know? I'm done talking. I'm gonna get out of here. Have a nice day.